Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful Saturday morning here in Austin, Texas. This is day 1207 of the 3+ Minutes of Playing Challenge, and as always, I am filled with gratitude. Thoughts on my mind. I had two amazing conversations yesterday from two different people from two different walks of life. Yesterday morning, after dropping my daughter off at school, I went on a hike around Lake Georgetown. In the middle of the hike, I met a gentleman by the name of Art. Art at the time is 65 years old. And the one thing that I love about being out in nature and doing these sort of things is like the people that you'll meet are so interesting. There's so much to them. There's so much depth, because a lot of times being out there allows you the time to process and to take in things and the feelings and things of the sort. So I meet Art, and Art and I have a similar arc in our lives, especially in terms of ultra running and just working out and things of the sort. And so when I meet people like that and they're willing, I like to pick their brain a little bit. And in the midst of that conversation, what I found out from him was love and empathy, and not necessarily directed to me, but to everything around him and the people around him. And I remembered in the midst of the conversation, feeling like I was supposed to be there in that moment to hear everything that he had to say. And it reminded me of some stuff that had happened in my past, and that I hadn't, though eventually I went about the right path, eventually in the moment I didn't. I let my ego take control of me. And so just for that conversation, I was so grateful for him, because it took me back to a perspective that I needed to take. Then yesterday I went to dinner with my good friend Louis. He's a fellow Christian, man of faith, who lives in my building, and we've just connected most recently. And you hear the term iron sharpens iron, and it's the idea that when two people are together, they make each other stronger, like iron. And our conversation last night was that. It was learning and building and teaching. And I was really blown away just by who he is. Now, Louis is 31, so he's almost 20 years younger than me. But his perspective was interesting. The way he thought about life was interesting. The way he grew up was interesting. And it gave me the idea that although we are so different, we are all such alike in some ways. And if we take the time to really look at people, people are a mirror of who we are. And two words that he took from me from our first conversation that really stuck was the idea of trust, especially trusting in the Lord, and discernment, and seeing people for who they actually are, as opposed for the lens that we look at them through, or the lens that they look at themselves through or us through. And it was just a really amazing day for that yesterday, and for that I am blessed. As always, be blessed today and every day. Thank you for listening. Peace.